what else has Mr. Sunak got on his plate? Oh, well, we've got the border force. When they're not on strike, they're joining the French bobbies, patrolling the beach. Okay. What laws are they breaking when somebody in France walks on a beach and then gets into a rubber boat? What are you going to do? Stop them. You can't get in that boat. Who says? Well, I'm the border force and I've got this French gendarme here, and he says, why can't you get in the boat? Well, tell us, Mr. Gendarme, what law is he breaking? Alongside gendarmes and police officers, they aiming to prevent how? How what they going to do? Like rugby tackle the people for what? You'd be had up for assault. So the Ministry of Defence, I'm not too sure why they've been involved in this, but they're getting that toe in the water. Confirmed a record, ding, 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 45,700. There you go. It wasn't even 1,000 people a week. Crossed the channel last year. I'm not too sure if you can use the word illegal or migrant or whatever the term is. Wherever, these are the people that's coming here without having been sanctioned by the government, you know, whatever the term is. The provisional tally of channel crossings for 2022 represents a 60% increase on the 28,000 people who made the journey in 2021. In 2020, the figure was 8,000. And in 2019, it was 1,800. So let's call it 2 grand people-wise. So 2019, 2,000. So it basically jumps up 4 times as much in 2022, 8,000. And then in 2021, it goes up 3 times to 28,000. And then basically, it's went up another 60%. So we've got 45,000. So in total, in the last few years, we've got 45,000, 73,000, 81,000, 82, 83. Call it 80,000, just round figures. So since 2019, there's 80,000 people rocked up on Dover Beach. The beach patrols follow months of negotiations to overcome French sensitivities about their sovereign right to defend their territory. They didn't defend anything. In fact, they encouraged the people get in their boats. Yeah, well, bonjour or whatever it is. What do you say when you're saying Tyrone in French? You know, aujourd'hui, that's today. Au revoir, that's it. Au revoir. Au revoir, mes enfants. Au revoir. Yeah. I don't know. The French have resisted British demands for the move for years, and last year only agreed to border force being stationed in the French control centre. So that'll be a dream job for them. The agreement means the UK officers will be embedded in the beach patrols as observers, with no powers to make arrests or engage with the increasingly violent people smuggling gangs. So what are they there for? Oh, we're seeing 10 people get in this rubber dinghy. We're seeing 20 people get in. We're seeing this lad that was driving this boat. So what are they going to do? It's unworkable. It's just a fob to the right-wing people that want to say the jackboots on the ground type approach to things. Is it gonna have any meaningful difference? Nah, not one iota. You'll send these people across, they'll be embedded, they'll go out and have a few carafes of vin with the French lads. Some of the French lads will hate them, some of the French lads will get on with them. The normal sort of things. There'll be a few romantic things happen because what's you're gonna yeah we've stuck this year. There's only so many came because of the border force people. How are they going to stop them then? The French don't stop them. It was one of the TV companies was showing you stuff. The French gendarmes or whatever they're called, police walking along the beach, and there was just loads of youngish lads running around and running into the sea, jumping in rubber boats. I didn't see anybody with a big net. I didn't see anybody with a baton. I didn't see anybody getting locked up. I didn't see anybody getting cuffed. Okay, so what is it? What they're going to do? It's not going to happen. It's as simple as that. The only way that you would stop it from that point of view is if you didn't sell any rubber boats in France. There's pictures in Dover or something, like there's heaps and heaps of these rubber boats all stacked up and stuff like that. The factory and wherever's making the rubber boats they'll be working overtime. How do you arrest the people? Oh, you're driving that rubber boat, I'm going to arrest you. How? What law have you broken? You're driving a rubber boat. Is that going to be the law? What about normal people driving the rubber boats? I've got a rubber boat. Well, I'm arresting you. Why? Are you driving a rubber boat? So you've got the people that's organising it. They aren't going to be daft enough to actually be driving the rubber boat. They're going to give some readies, some punter to drive the rubber boat. Here's €100 or whatever the rate is. Drive the rubber boat up that beach. You know, anybody with a red band on, let them into your rubber boat and just head north. Don't worry, you've only got the 10 mile, and the RNLI will pick you up and escort you the rest of the way. That's what it seems to be. What's the solution? People are focusing just on this, as though this is going to solve it. It's not going to solve anything. The real problem is what to do with all these people, these 80,000 people over the last 4 or 5 years that's come. Okay, they all get allowed to stay. Oh no, that's going to happen. Where's the jobs for them? At the moment, however many tens of thousands are in hotel accommodation, what happens when you get asylum? Then they say, right, you've got asylum, out you go from the hotel. What happens then? Where are they going to live? Where are they going to get the money to live? Do they get on the door? Do they get housing assistance? Do they become like wards of councils? You know, is it then the councils? Where's the jobs for them? Where's the high-paid, high-skilled jobs for these 80,000 people that's locked up? All the Conservatives keep saying, and the ministers keep saying, we want a high-skilled, high-wage economy. Tell us where the high-skilled, high-paying jobs are for these 80,000 punters. Where are they? Do they get trained? Who's paying for that? Where's the money coming for that? Do they get the door? Where's the money coming for that? The accommodation. Okay, well, we'll build houses for them all. Okay. Where are you going to get the money from to build houses? The interest rates are high now. But where are you going to fund it from? Who's going to fund it? Do these people that's come, got asylum, walk out the door, are you then expecting them to stand on their 2 feet and do everything for themselves? Or are you going to be forced into the situation where councils have to provide accommodation for them? Like places in London, how are they going to do it? You can say there's an acute housing shortage. The housing stock is full. It's difficult to build new houses. The cost of building new houses now is astronomical in parts of the southeast of the UK. Oh, well, okay. We'll just send all the people all over the UK, build them in the cheaper places. Okay. Still, where are you going to get the money from? Where's the jobs coming from? If this continues at the projection, 45,000, another 60,000, you're looking at 60,000 plus next year. Where's those 60,000 jobs for these punters? The high-paid, high-skilled jobs. Where are they? Tell us where they are. Who's going to do them? Microsoft, Apple, Google, all these companies. What? Well, they're not going to be able to work for the oil and gas companies because the oil and gas companies are getting taxed out of existence. So, oh, well, they'll work for the green energy companies. Yeah, windmill companies. Fine, okay. I'm not saying that they won't, but tell us where. Tell us what your plan is for these things, because this is happening. This is to the government, of course. This is happening. Tell us how you. All they're doing is just tinkering with things. So they stop 10 guys in a rubber boat. Not going to make any real difference, because there's going to be another 1,000 people on the next beach and 1,000 people on this other beach come. So we're going to do like have the North Atlantic Wall, like what Hitler had down in the north face of France. They're just all going to come through the tunnel. I mean, to say it's a problem, but the real problem is what happens with the people that you give asylum to when you get them in the UK. That's the real problem. Oh, well, they can work. Fine, okay. If they are working and there's no jobs now for people in the UK, right? There's a lack of jobs. There's a lack of high-skilled, high-paying jobs in the UK. And you're adding another 80,000. And if these projections are like another 60,000 next year, where's the jobs coming from? These are just questions. I can't hear the government answering any of them. They just talk about this mindless nonsense of border force people perusing up and down with their parasols on, arm in arm with the gendarmes, you know, having to walk up and doing some sandy beaches in France. It's not going to solve anything. What's the solution? What do you do with all these people now that they're here? Like I said, the 150,000 people or wherever that's waiting for asylum claims, or wherever the number is. What are you going to do with them all? Do they just go on the door? Do you find them accommodation? Do you pay for the accommodation? Do you still keep them up in hotels? What? Tell us what your solution is. I don't even know enough about it. I'm just rambling here. I just read bits in the media and see bits on the news. I don't see any solutions. I just hear this nonsensical talk. Yeah, you know, we're going to stop them on the beaches. The border force are going to stop them. It's all these bad people smugglers. Blah 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 blah. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But as far as I can tell, you've let this situation get out of hand. From 2,000 people in 2019 up to 45,000 people. That's just the ones that you know about. What about the punters in the back of lorries and stuff like that that you didn't know about? But just let's assume that these numbers are correct and you've caught everyone and everyone's given themselves up and all the rest of the stuff. So it went from 2,000 to 45,000. Was it 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? No solutions, no solutions, No solutions. No solutions. People in the UK just like, tell us what you're doing. I cannot see any of this working. We started with the NHS. We just go around in a big circle with SUNAK. The thing front and centre at the moment is the strikes. Will they end? Yes, over the next couple of months. I would imagine most of these things will get resolved. The unions will accept 5 or 6% or whatever it is, with some modification slightly on that terms of agreement or whatever. That'll fade out of the way. The flu and stuff like that that'll ameliorate that lower. So we've got rid of the health thing. The immigration thing will not get sorted. The health thing, the national emergency, the major general national emergency. Will there be cohorts after cohorts of new doctors getting interned, getting churned out? Will there be loads of new facilities, hospitals and stuff like that? Will people's standard of living probably go down this year, 2023? Yeah, probably. For most people. Some people sort of go up. People getting new jobs, better paying jobs. Their standard of living go up. Lots of people on fixed incomes, so they'll have a hard time of it again. And